Hey Songbirds, it's Jackie. Welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new. If you're looking for hope, health, and help, then look no further. You've come to the right place. This entire month of June, we are talking about how to find joy, how to maintain joy, and also how to find contentment in all situations. And last week we focused on gratitude journaling, and thankfulness. And so if you've missed those two, then I would recommend that you go ahead and watch those. I'll link them below. And I would watch those first and then come back and watch this next part of the series. So this week we are going to be talking about prayer and meditation. And today we'll be focusing specifically on the benefits of prayer and meditation. And then on Friday, I'm going to talk a little bit about going into detail on how I do my prayer and meditation time. So if this is something that interests you, just keep watching. It's going to be a great series. So prayer, I have done prayer my whole life. I grew up in the church. My dad was a music minister. It was just something that we did. It was as easy as breathing. But as I've gotten older, I've noticed that it's kind of gotten a little bit routine. And I think that can happen a lot of times when you just do something a lot and you're not really being intentional with that time, and you're just kind of going through the motions. And I've noticed this about 2 years ago. I was feeling like I was not very happy a lot of the time, and that I was struggling with depression, anxiety, health issues, financial issues. Everything just seemed to be going wrong. And I started to notice that people were not having as much trouble when they had a really regimented prayer life and strong faith. And that was really confusing to me, and I wanted to make sure that I was praying the right way. And I know that sounds silly because I believe that there's really no wrong way to pray, but I do think that being intentional can make your prayer life dramatically different. So what I mean by that is, for example, if you are exercising and all you do is walk in the morning for about 10 minutes and you just go through the motions, go through the same path, the same walk every single morning just to go through it and get through it and be done with it, then yes, you might reap some of the benefits. Your heart might be a little healthier. You might find that you've lost a little bit of weight. But if you're not exercising in other ways, or eating healthy, or sleeping very well, then sometimes you're not going to reap the full benefits of exercise if you're not implementing everything else. So that's basically where I was having an issue with it. I wasn't really doing anything but going through the motions. So I knew that I had to do some research. So I decided to do what I always do, read all the books, do the research, do a little bit of digging, ask people that I found that had really strong faith journeys and prayer walks, and see what they said. And what I noticed was there was a study that was done that I did a little bit of research on, where they were monitoring the brain and what prayer effects had on the brain. And what they noticed is in intense sessions where people were praying very, very hard and really meditating on what they were praying about, they had much more fulfilling experience. And they noticed that the front part of the brain, right up in here, lit up dramatically differently from when they were just at rest. And they said, and these are the words that they used, that it looked like it was lighting up the same part of the brain that would be lit up if you were having a conversation with another person. Well, for me, that just turned a light bulb on into my head, and I thought, a conversation, that's exactly what is supposed to be happening. And I thought that was pretty incredible to think, because when you think of conversation, you see it as something that's going on between more than one person. It's not just a dialogue where one person is talking, but there is actually a connection where there is a give and a receive. There is something that's coming back. And that's where I realized I was lacking in my prayer time. I wasn't doing the meditation part, the part where you're supposed to be still and be quiet. And sometimes in Christianity, meditation is frowned upon, and it's looked at as a little bit something that just is not really done as part of the Christian religion. And I find that a little unfortunate, because I think you can find so much benefit from taking a step back after you've prayed to just be still and listen to what the voice is telling you inside your heart. And with the world being as busy as it is and as crazy as it is, with all the kind of stresses that we put on ourselves and in our lives, I think it's so important to have that time to be still. I was just going through the motions to get through them and be done with it. And that's not how it works. It's just not how it works. And how I would describe that in the best way that I can is if you were trying to cultivate a friendship or a relationship with somebody else and really wanting to deepen that trust and that walk that journey together and really grow in your friendship and being more intimate with each other, and you invite that person to coffee, but the entire hour that you spend together, every time you only do the talking, you don't let them get a word in edgewise, and then you get up and say, peace out, see you next week. Number one, that's rude. Number two, I think that person would be very wise to leave or exit the relationship, because that's not a healthy relationship. It just doesn't work. It's one-sided. And I realized that was what was going on in that particular situation. So what I was doing is I was shutting down the conversation before I had a chance to even hear a response. And when we do that, we cannot get mad when we have situations where we feel like we're not getting answers to prayers, or we're not feeling like we're getting anywhere in our faith walk and in our journey, or feeling like we're stronger in our faith. And that just doesn't work that way. So we need to really sit down, take the time to listen, be still, and silence your heart so that you can hear what the voice, and I call it God, is telling your heart. And you will be amazed at how it will transform you. In the 2 years that I have started doing this, my life is so different. And it makes me emotional to think even just a year ago how much more I implemented in my life and my prayer and my quiet time, that my life looks dramatically different from what it did a year ago. And I can't even begin to tell you how many benefits there are. And there are so many, but I've written down a few and I want to share them with you today. So the first thing that I noticed right away was I was sleeping better. It was so wonderful to get a full night's rest and not just fall asleep quickly, but stay asleep for a long period of time and feel relaxed and rested and feeling really rejuvenated when I wake up. And for those of you that are really busy, have crazy schedules, or have high stress jobs, or have a lot of kids like I do, that is very, very important to have that healthy restorative sleep. Number two, my health improved. Maybe it was from the sleep, but if the sleep was improved because of the prayer and then the sleep then benefited my health, then I consider it a well-rounded, wonderful thing all the way around. So when I was feeling better, my stomach was able to heal. If you know my story, you know how much I struggled with acid reflux and IBS and a lot of other health issues that I was having. And I was holding on to 70 pounds, and I was able to drop it very, very quickly. Now, one of the other things that is so beneficial about doing prayer and meditation is if you are exercising and you're trying to lose weight and eat healthy and maintain a healthy lifestyle, you might drop the weight really, really well, really quickly. But if you don't change this, nothing sticks. And I learned that the hard way. So you have to focus on this. You have to work on this every single day. Number three, I was able to eliminate a lot of my anxiety and depression. I'm talking way, way, way down. So different from a year ago. I was thinking that I was going to have to get on medications. I was feeling anxious and upset and short-tempered all the time. And now my moods are so even if something bad happens and I feel bad just for a little while, I'm able to pull myself up much more quickly, especially if I get into that prayer and meditation time very, very quickly. Number four, I am less snappy or quick to anger. So I'm slow to anger is what I'm trying to say. And I cannot tell you what that has done to my home life. And you should never do prayer as a means of getting something out of it. But when you really take the time to spend the time cultivating the relationship, it dramatically changes not only you, but the people around you. Because I was able, when my kids would go crazy, I was able to pause because I'd practiced it in my morning routine and take that time to take a step back before reacting. It transformed my home life. My kids are less likely to react if I am able to remain calm in a situation. Last thing, I just feel so much happier. I am just feel more easygoing, I'm more patient, I'm calm, I feel centered and balanced, and that is a wonderful thing for somebody that juggles a lot of hats. Now, I'm not saying that I never get off center. I'm not saying that I never get angry or never get frustrated. That happens from time to time. I am saying that it is dramatically improved, and I attribute that absolutely to prayer and meditation. So I hope that this is helpful to you and that you can see that there are so many benefits. If you want any more benefits, I'd be happy to give them to you. I cannot say enough good things about prayer and meditation. And if there's something that you would like for me to pray for you, please let me know. You don't have to put it down in the comments below. You can private message me, Instagram me. I'm happy to help. That's what I'm here for. I'm happy to lift you up in prayer. I've had a lot of people do the same for me, and I want to be here for you. So if this is something that you're interested in, that you like and want to hear more of, please give this a thumbs up, consider subscribing, and don't forget, this is a practice that has to be done every single day. I found that a lot of things in life are like this. Exercise, finances, mental, physical, every part of your body from head to toe can kind of be approached in this way, and that is to make it a daily habit, a daily routine. So I hope that you'll join me on Friday. I'm going to go through my whole routine with you. I can't wait to share it with you. And don't forget, no matter what side of the bed you woke up on this morning, you can always end your day on a high note. Bye, guys.